In 50 years' time, with resources becoming more scarce and our climate changing, the problems globally, we all know that. We have a great opportunity to show what today's and tomorrow's agriculture is capable of. And I'm confident that British farmers will do the same. Thank you very much.
Secretary of State, I must ask you about the thing you haven't spoken about today. TB. Why is it that you're prepared to tolerate the very large number of deaths of very healthy badgers, expand to the diseases getting at 10 miles a year, getting worse and worse? It's now taken, I think, the last year, something just under 40,000 healthy cattle. It's ruining farmers' lives. And I must say to you, sir, that the worst decision that you've taken in your time is the non-decision to do anything about it.
Well, thank you for your question. And look, I realise that it's not the most popular decision that I've made, but can I just correct you? If I wanted to take a non-decision, I could very easily have said, I think we need some further research. Let's have another 5 years looking at what might be effective. And I didn't do that. And when I spoke to the NFU conference in February last year, I said, I tell you one thing I will do, I will take a decision on my watch. And I did. Now, I recognise you don't like what I've done, but I took the decision for the reasons that I set out very clearly in the House of Commons and subsequently, in the light of the evidence that was presented to me, about whether badger culling would contribute to dealing with the disease. And you know what the independent scientific group had to say about that. And that played a very big part in the decision that I took. The second thing I did was to decide not to impose further measures on the industry, which I could have done, which the ISG urged me to do so, because actually I think it's a decision we should take together. And after a little bit of a standoff, we've now got the TB eradication group, where we are working together to try and decide, do we want tighter cattle controls? What's the third thing I've done? Not a non-decision, but a practical decision, is to invest significantly more in vaccination, because in the end, my view is very clear that that is how we're going to be able to deal with the disease. Now, it's not the easiest decision that I've ever had to take, and believe you me, whichever way it had gone, I'd have been deeply unpopular with a lot of people. But I stand by what I did, and I thought long and hard about it over the year, but I understand completely. Meeting a group of farmers round a kitchen table in DEFRA a few months back, those who've been at the heart of being affected by this disease, leaves me in no doubt, and I wasn't in any doubt before that anyway, about the devastating impact that it's having. But my responsibility is to take what I think is the right decision about the most effective way to deal with it, and that's what I've done. In November, I met Mr. and Mrs. Clive, who run a wonderful to what they do, all showing by example. There are many, many, many others like British farming at its best. Farming is the greatest resource we have.